Commissioner Adam Silver speaking out for the first time about that bombshell gambling scandal that has rocked the NBA.
My initial reaction was I was deeply disturbed. There's nothing more important to the league and its fans than the integrity of the competition. And so I had a pit in my stomach. It was very upsetting.
Bruh, this NBA gambling scandal we're going down the rabbit hole. We're going deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole. It's the red pill or the blue pill type shit, bro. This shit is crazy. Now just reported. Adam Silver has to report to U.S. Congress, and he has to write them basically everything what happened about, you know, saying the NBA scandal or whatever the case may be. Let me show y'all what they actually want. I want to be correct when I tell y'all this right here. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to. Whatever the case may be. As of October 24th, 2025, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has not yet reported to Congress, but has formally requested to do so by October 31st, 2025. The following a major federal gambling investigation. The investigation led to the arrest of multiple individuals, including Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups. Also, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier. And we have found out that Chauncey Billups is in both of the cases, both of the investigations. You can't tell me otherwise. You can't sit up here and say these are two separate things. Even to Gilbert Arenas, you're not going to. I don't care how many times you come on the internet and be like, "How is this connected to that?" or whatever, bruh. The mafia is the mafia. All mafias are connected. They know they know of each other and what each other do. They have connections. They have, you know what I'm saying, treaties and shit like that. Just like the U.S. government with different countries and shit, like they have treaties and connections and shit to where as though, you know what I'm saying, niggas be connected. And the reason, like I said, the reason why I feel as though they're using these NBA players and not showing us none of the mafia yet is because they want to get everybody. They're using the NBA players. These, like, if you look at an investigation board, they have their top guy that they want.
Were you actually gonna arrest Frank Lucas?
Top guy, top organization, whatever the case may be, bruh. Right? The NBA players damn near probably at the bottom. You're looking at it, some people are probably looking at it like, well, you know what I'm saying, they have millions of dollars, this, that, and the third, and you know what I'm saying, they're the known people. Like, they are like, the mafia is they Batman. They sit in the cut. They in the shadows and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They was using the NBA players, Chauncey Billups and, you know, whoever the case may, and Damon Jones, for as the face cards and shit like that. So if you go back and look at American Gangster, how did they catch what's the name, bro? How did they catch Frank? They didn't automatically know who Frank was. They didn't know who, you know what I'm saying, what's the name was. They caught him from the lower tier. They caught him from, you know, his cousin snitching on him or whatever the case may be. But they was following these niggas for a minute though. You feel what I'm saying? That's federal. That's how a federal investigation. That's how the FBI work, bruh. They're gonna do their due diligence to see who's all involved, and then they're gonna slowly start to see where they can creep in at or where they can strike at to get to the top, because they're trying to get everybody. They're not trying to get the NBA players or one person in the mafia. No, they're trying to, if they figure out that this shit is connected all the way to different mafias, they already said it's 5 families. What happened if it's more?
I'll take them too.
They're gonna always want to see if there's more. You feel what I'm saying? That's what we're dealing with right now. So on October 24th, leaders of the House Committee on Energy and Commerce sent I can't pronounce that word, letter to Silver asking for a briefing on the scandal. So they need a briefing on what's actually happened. Now you got to remember, the NBA cleared Terry Rozier. They said there was no wrongdoing by Terry Rozier. Then they come to find out that the FBI finds out that it was. Even probably the sports betting app, whatever they was using, they found out. So now it's kind of like, now that raises an eyebrow, like what's really going on? Why the NBA couldn't find out, but these guys can find out? You feel what I'm saying? So now let's see. The committee cited serious concerns about sports betting and the integrity of the sport and the NBA, and requested information on 5 specific areas. The 5 areas are fraudulent practices, non-public information, code of conduct, regulatory gaps, sports betting partnerships. Those are the 5 that they want the briefing on. Now, we already know it's 101 million different sports betting apps when it comes down to the NBA, when it comes down to sports, period. So, for the fraudulent practices regarding illegal betting and alleged game fixings by current and former players, coaches, and officials, non-public information, actions to limit the disclosure of non-public information for illegal purposes. That's what Damon Jones was doing. Well, not even Damon Jones. That's what people on the inside was doing. So basically, who Damon Jones got the information from the Lakers. Remember, he got the information from the Lakers that Anthony Davis was hurt and he probably wasn't going to play that much, even though he ended up playing. That's about non-public information. Code of conduct, the effectiveness of the NBA code of conduct in prohibiting illegal activity, including the disclosure of confidential information. Same thing, code of conduct. Regulatory gaps, any gaps in existing regulations that enable illegal betting schemes. That one I might have to look up because I don't really comprehend that. I don't really understand that. Like any gaps in existing regulations, what they mean by in existing regulations that enable illegal betting schemes. I guess finding gaps within, finding loopholes within the documents that can you know what I'm saying. Sometimes you can find a loophole to where as though it's not illegal when it should be illegal. That's what I'm getting from that. And then you got sports betting partnerships. How the NBA is reevaluating its partnerships with sports betting companies. I don't like. At the end of the day, somehow, some way, these you got to understand, like the betting companies is getting away. Like they're not even looking at the betting companies. They're looking at the people who are abusing the betting companies. They're abusing the this disclosed information that's not to the public. And it's not to the betting companies, and then they're basically working the system. So you can't really say that the betting company is at fault. That's why it hasn't been no big, you know what I'm saying, refund for everybody to get their money back. And then, you know, so they go into the system. You pay use a certain amount of dollars on bets. We're going to give you your money back. Woody woody woo. That's why you'll probably never get that because they work in the system. It's not like Prize Picks or FanDuel or Underdog are in it with them. Maybe not. We don't know. But how it's coming off is like the information that they were getting, they wasn't even getting. The sports books, they wasn't getting it. You feel what I'm saying? So it was disclosed information, non-public information. You feel what I'm saying? So federal indictments allege illegal betting from December 2022 to March 2024. So I guess anything in between that time or anything before that time, I would say involving current and former players and coaches. Chauncey Billups was alleged involved in illegal poker games, while Terry Rozier was alleged part of a scheme using inside information for illegal betting. Silver noted the NBA investigated Rozier in 2023. Remember, I just said that the NBA investigated him, but found insufficient evidence. He continued to play in the NBA once he came back. Now, the committee letter also referenced a previous gambling scandal involving referee Tim Donaghy in 2007. So this is not the first time this has came around, but you got to remember, like back then when Tim Donaghy was doing it, it was more so like I remember like my dad would go to work and they'd have like their little pool or whatever the case may be. And it's not like a gambling thing, but like, I'm just giving you an example. Like, okay, so say if like, okay, so you put in, if you go to work, right, everybody put in $10. You got over 200 people, you know what I'm saying, at that job site, and they all, you know what I'm saying, watch football, whatever the case may be. This is just an example, and they put the money in, right? So it come up to be whatever the pot is, and then you make your spreads, and then the people who when you win, you know what I'm saying, say if it's like 10 games, there's a spread, and then you can pick the team, and if they win by that spread, you get that mark or whatever the case may be. Boop, boop, boop. You get what I'm saying. So the thing is, back then during 2007, there wasn't like an app you can get on and do this shit for free or whatever the case may be. You put your own money in and you can win such as. It wasn't like that. This was like Tim Donaghy. It was more personal. It was more like he was, I don't know if he was involved with the mob or anything like that, but he was definitely, you know what I'm saying, fucking up basketball games, and he was a referee. I think that all of it's wrong, but like if you're a referee, if you're an owner, a GM, a referee, a head coach, it makes it even worse. Even though you're a player, it makes it bad. But if one of those top, like you're in the hierarchy of this shit, it makes it even worse, in my opinion. You feel what I'm saying? So, in his first public comments on October 24, 2025, Silva expresses being deeply disturbed by the allegations and the importance of preserving the game integrity. He also acknowledged the federal government's superior investigative capabilities compared to the league's. I've been saying that. I've been coming on here saying that. I don't know why people like well, proven innocent until proven guilty and yada yada. Like, bruh, this is the FBI. I'm gonna keep saying that shit, bruh. This is the Federal Bureau of Investigations, nigga. They have all the resources in the world to find out what the fuck they want to find out, bro. I know y'all, you know what I'm saying, the NBA, you was in the NBA, those your brothers and all that, bruh. Nigga, this ain't no. This ain't your local police department, bruh. And no shade, but this is the federal, you know what I'm saying? This is like the CIA, that's like the FBI, like anything that got some letters in it, them niggas know what the fuck they doing, bruh. Like that shit, they are coming for a, like I said, they don't even probably, they're only, the NBA niggas are little fish. I guarantee you. The NBA, because they're the face and they're more recognizable. So this is just a message to the mafia, like, oh, if they know this, what else more do they know? You feel what I'm saying? So that's why they're like, I'm telling you, the NBA niggas they're at the bottom of the totem pole of that motherfucking chart. I guarantee you. Legal and political consequences. This if he denies a formal request or later subpoena from Congress, it could be led to following outcomes. This if he doesn't, you know what I'm saying, give them what they're asking for, the briefing on everything with the scandals. Contempt of Congress has the power to hold individuals in contempt for failing to comply with the subpoena. The matter can be referred to a Department of Justice for criminal charges. Conviction can result in fines, imprisonment for up to 1 year. That's if he doesn't, you know what I'm saying, give them the briefing. So if there's, like, I'm telling you, like, they're asking for this briefing, it's to knock him off the list. Certain shit that they do is sometimes they just doing it to cross their T's and dot their I's, because they have to make sure, like, okay, like 9 times out of 10 you're a suspect, but we just don't want to say you're a suspect. So we need your briefing, we need all the information, all your documents, all your notes, we need all that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't have nothing to hide, you'll give it to us freely, whatever, you go through it, boom, wada bam, okay, we can knock him off. He's not part of this shit. You feel what I'm saying? That's what that's for. But if it's something in that paperwork or something in them briefings that they can find that's like, oh, you was with this shit, the NBA might not ever be the same, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. Congress can file lawsuit to compel cooperation. Ignoring court order will lead to contempt of court. It's some pretty big things. By not cooperating, Silva would invite more aggressive action from Congress, potentially leading to deeper investigations. I told you, and highlighting federal oversight into the NBA's practices. That's what I'm saying. He's not going to. That's not like he's not going to give them what they're asking for, but it's more so like they're just trying to knock him off the board. You got to look at this shit like how you see in the fucking movies. Like if you ever watched American Gangster, bro, go look at that shit again, bro. Go look at that shit again. People keep saying, oh, why the mafia guys not being this? Why the mafia guys not being that? Why they're not on Front Street? Why we not seeing none of them? Because I guarantee you, once they have all their shit together, this is the FBI. They not going to just say, they know it's these families. They just want to they have to make sure that it's everybody who's involved, bro. They trying to get the whole kit and caboodle, nigga. They trying to scoop everybody, bruh. They not just about to come out and be wrong, bruh. They got a 98% win rate. That's what I keep trying to tell y'all, bro. This shit is wicked. Like the FBI, like them one FBI, the IRS, probably the two you know what I'm saying, companies or whatever you call them, agencies you just don't want to fuck with, you know what I'm saying? The impact to this to the NBA could be a damage to integrity. Silver has long prioritized the integrity of the game. Refusing to answer questions would directly, you know what I'm saying, contradict that stance and suggest that the league has something to hide, which I don't think that the league has something to hide. I don't know, I'm not fully for sure, but you know what I'm saying, I don't think the commissioner is in on anything. Let's get that out the way. I don't think that, but you just never know in today's day, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Then you got backlash from stockholders, investors, and businesses. Partners could react negatively to the reputation damage and legal risk, potentially impacting the NBA's financial interests. Like, it's a lot of shit that can go on with this whole thing, you feel what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. It really is. And you know what I'm saying? At this point, you dig, like, you just gotta, like, it's gonna be some names. They just dropped Kevin Garnett name, you know what I'm saying? I thought they was like, when they dropped Kevin Garnett name, they made it seem like, you know what I'm saying, Chauncey Billups invited him. It seemed like they made it like they invited him, he didn't know about it. But the more and more information that's starting to come out, it's like, no, they invited him because he did know about it, and he was, you feel what I'm saying? So that's why I said, like, you gotta really do your research before you make a video, because you don't want to say some shit and be wrong. That's just me, you know what I'm saying? As of right now, like, as I'm talking to y'all and looking up, like, I'm looking at my computer screen and reading off, these are facts. All of these what I'm reading off is just facts. That's all I care about, you feel what I'm saying, is the facts of the situation, and me using my common sense from shit that I've watched on TV, true crimes, or just, like, you know what I'm saying, just being around certain shit. It's like, you can't, especially when you're dealing with the FBI, they don't just want these NBA players. You can rest assured that they want the mafia. They just need to make sure, where does this end? You feel what I'm saying? They where does this end? So, like, even if, like, I could show you a clip, and I'm gonna end it with that. I ended a video with the clip from American Gangster, where it's though, like, you'll see the board, and you'll see, like, they're to get to the guy or the place that they want to get to. 9 times out of 10, they never go directly for that guy. It's always somebody within the organization, within the mafia, within the gang, that they get from a lower tier. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said, I feel like the NBA players, considering this type of scandal, they are at the lower tier. That's why you're seeing them first. And that's why you see, like, a lot of them, like, you seeing everybody like, oh, he's snitching. Like, we're watching a movie in real life, in real time. What do you think when they find a lower tier nigga in the movies? What the fuck do you think he do? He fucking tell. Like, we're watching a movie in real time, bro. But, like, this shit getting crazy, bro. This shit getting crazy. And with more information and when more names come out, I'm just curious to see, like, what's gonna happen.